This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. You are entering Tara's terrestrial aura. Are you ready? I repeat, this is not a test. This is not a test. At some point, I used to be like terrified of rejection. I used to think like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? So at some point, I used to be like actually terrified of rejection. I'm interested in I used to think like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen if I express my mind? If I actually tell someone that I'm interested in them, in friendship or in love, or interested in whatever way it may be. I was so scared. I was so scared. Like I would literally like just fantasize and just be like, oh, this is what would happen if this happened and this happened, and I would just like live in this fantasy world. And I would just like live in this fantasy world. And then I would just like I got older. and then I met someone that I was like, whoa. I felt so connected to. There was no denying it. There was no acting as if it didn't exist. So in return, I couldn't resist, and I had to express myself. And I'm grateful for that portal being unlocked. Because without that portal, would I had gotten to this point of expression of myself to where I can just say what I think without any interference of what fear may be or what fear may cause? I think that's a beautiful thing. I think it's a beautiful thing because I was so rejected that I was able to self-reflect and see that it didn't really matter. That was just one aspect of me. And maybe it will come back one day, or maybe it never will. But either way, did it not open a portal by taking that pill? So that's just some food for thought that I wanted to share. And it's an interesting topic of matter. And I'm so grateful for all of my rejection I have received. I'm so grateful for all the times I've been told no. I'm so grateful for every single time that I've had some crazy intervention that like stopped me in my tracks or made me question my path or threw me for a loop or caused me chaos or caused me bliss. I'm so grateful for all of these things because they're all cosmic shifts. They're all matters of the mind that created me to get me to this point, to be able to have this form of self-expression and this love for myself. And that is the objective of this message, because so often we neglect the fact that the triggers are what make us enact. These things that happen to us are actually blessings in disguise. These people that walk into our lives that throw us for a loop. These things that happen that just like consume us and we go a little bit loopy possibly even. These things are the most beautiful, wondrous blessings in the world. And when we start seeing things as blessings instead of curses, we can actually accept that we wouldn't be here without those things. We can let them go now. We can release them and we can move on to the beauty of now. How wonderful would that be? To release all of our fears and just be like, you know what? I'm in it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Whatever you want to throw me, universe, I'm here for it. Whenever I fall and I trust that the universe will catch me, I'm here for it. Whenever I fall and it hits a little bit harder, but I know that I'll always bounce back, I'm here for it. Because we all have our purposes. And even though, yes, I may have like a 16 karmic life path number or whatever, life number. But the thing is, those karmas have always been given back as a blessing, because that's kind of where I get my luck. It's like whenever something really bad happens, I bounce back. Because that's my Jupiter. That's my expansion of my Aquarian Jupiter. And I love that element of myself. And we all have elements within ourselves that catch us or snap us back or do whatever. And we have to work with the energies that we have. Because do I have like the craziest natal chart possibly in the world as far as like tough and like oppositions and all of these squares and all of these things that some people would probably be like, she must be crazy, she must be insane because she has all of those things. Like, that would just, like, to some psychiatrists probably be like bipolar alert, like, or whatever it may be, or dissociative personality, or borderline personality, or whatever you want to call it. If you associate with all of those labels and all of those things, and you choose to be a label instead of choosing to be able to conquer yourself and love yourself and show yourself love for the areas in which maybe are harder for you and maybe that you have a sense of lack in, I think that oppositions and challenges are the most beautiful thing. And I think that that will be something that the world will soon learn. We have these opposing oppositions and these things that are meant to challenge us for these reasons. And these reasons are an interpretation beyond what we can see here right now. We can only see them once the actual destiny of our fate starts to play out. And the thing is, there is no set destiny. There is an aspect of our destiny route. There is an aspect of, I will go on this path and I will reach this point and then I will move to another point, because everything is a point. Everything is an action, an act on of what we are doing. So when we accept our path and we accept our challenges and we don't question them or hate them or feel like opposing to the oppositions, we actually get to embrace the oppositions and learn the lessons that come with them and thank God or source or creator or whatever you think. And you get to think and just be like, wow, I am so incredibly grateful for that experience, because that experience made me stronger and it made me aware that that was a possibility to happen. That made me aware to see that those things can actually occur. These triggers, these oppositions are the most beautiful life lessons. So whenever you learn to see all of the things that have been horrible in your reality as a blessing, all of the people who have been terrible to you, you see them for the pain that they are instead of seeing them as something that's against you. It's not about you. Someone else's problems are their problems. It's not about you. And whenever you dwell on someone else's opinion of you, you're actually really just like running circles in your own realm of hell. And that's up to you if you want to do that. I'm not judging you if you do it, because that's what people do. But I don't want to live in that state anymore. So by me not living in that state, I'm expressing that message. So if that triggers you, consider yourself triggered. I love you. If you enjoy my content, like, share, and subscribe. I thank you for being here.